Hey, this your boy Rob Fishkin, man. You already know I'm tapped in with Sticky TV. If you ain't plugged in, you need to get plugged in. Stop playing.
Whole nine, everything from here to Snug Harbor all the way to Chickasaw Terrace.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Most definitely, man. I see you been busy, man. You been working, man.
Man, rejuvenated creativity is the best thing I can say as far as describing it, man.
Most definitely.
You see productivity outside and you kind of get inspired by the others around you. You know, they always say, you surround yourself with people that make you want to be better. If you don't, then you just pretty much stagnated and shit. You know?
Most definitely, man. Man, let us know about the creative process behind Tango and Kash.
Oh, man, so shit. I ain't even trying to throw my nigga under the bus, but that song was supposed to come out a while ago, right? But, you know, it's like two ships crossing in the night. It's hard to catch up with two people that's on two different spectrums.
Right.
So once I started gearing up for the Essentials Volume 2, which is the follow-up to a tape I did back in February, TJ was like, man, what's going on? You trying to leave me out of the project on purpose?
Right.
And I'm like, never that. But because we talked so much, goddamn, I sent him that beat like 6 months ago. So it kind of just was just marinating. And then you know how niggas is, they get new phones and shit. You don't have none of that information no more. So once he started seeing me back up in the studio again consistently, he was like, pull up on me with the beat that you got.
Most definitely.
So outside of that, man, we cooked that shit up in the night with Nard over there at Blue Magic.
Oh yeah, shout out Blue Magic, man.
Most definitely. That's where all my recording and shit go down at though. But yeah, man, we cooked that shit up in the night, and it ride harder than we both either expected. And like TJ was saying not too long ago, Nard tweaked the fuck out that motherfucking beat. Right. Because the way that it came and the way that he, you know, did his little mixing and shit, the man, a legend.
Top notch.
For real.
For sure, man. For sure. Man, let us know about this single, Metal Leaf Petals, man.
Metal Leaf Petal is pretty much one of those. For one, I wanted to make sure that the beat was as minimal as possible because, for one, the city as a whole, us being from the South, there's a lot of connotations that Mobile rappers or just niggas from the South don't really have no lyrical prowess. You get what I'm saying? You know, if we ain't making no drill, slide music, trap music, shit like that, goddamn, it normally just go over, you know, the radar a lot of people. But at the same time, you gotta kind of just break it down to the basics and just give them for bars for what it is.
For sure.
It's really, when you think about it, it started off Neil deGrasse, Mike Tyson. That's a combination between Neil deGrasse Tyson and Mike Tyson, a scientist and a boxer. And if you follow the song, it's literally like a conversation between this scientist and the boxer kind of merging into one person. Right. It starts off with me speaking real eloquently. And then the last line is like, I'll knock you the fuck out. Legitimately. You see what I'm saying? So it's a lot of little quick little Easter eggs, like the movie Field of Dreams with Kevin Costner. If you build it, it'll come, where the nigga was in the baseball field.
Well, definitely.
Starting off saying, knowing if I build it, it will come, Kevin Costner on the run. Dancing with the Wolves when the moon is full, that's another Kevin Costner film. Like, so you just, it's, if you hip on a lot of the shit that go on in the world, man, and then even if you don't, it'll make you go research it, but strictly enough, it's proven that niggas from the city really got some shit to say on some Andre. The South got something to say.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
For sure. What would you feel like has been the biggest turning point in your career?
A few years back, I had an opportunity to get my music on the Benny the Butcher mixtape called Cooking with Benny Volume 2. It was a song called Game of Death from my Baba Yaga EP. And the song was pretty much side-by-side comparison of Bruce Lee's Game of Death when you're climbing up the towers and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was at the top of the movie. And they fought at the end. But Baba Yaga, the whole album was pretty much based on John Wick. So it was more me able to be a fan of all of those type of films
Right.
And being able to write it in the sense of this is me and how I look at my rap career.
For sure.
Yeah, but they got a lot of decent looks, man. Of course, you know, you can keep striking when the iron hot, but being able to have that man reach out to me directly and say, hey man, this what I want you on. You know, I'll be honored to have you. It was something, you know, worth to talk about, but you know, how that shit go.
For sure, for sure. Do you feel like it was any added pressure on your upbringing, being that you are Dollface's son?
Dog man.
Oh man.
Yeah. Yes and no, right? Because I got an older brother on the strength, and that man was, you know, the second coming of T.O., right? And with that, you know how they always say, you know, you could be yourself around your daddy people, and then you gotta kind of be one foot in, one foot out with your mama people because they got certain expectations of you on that side. Right. My pops, being a nigga that was legitimately outside with the clientele that he had and shit, you know, yeah, you kind of don't want to sully a nigga name because he done made a name for himself, and if he kind of give you the cosign or give you his blessing to run with somebody who trying to mold you into an artist or mold you into a different type of person for the better, you don't want to, you know, put no salt on a nigga name just by doing no stupid shit. So yeah, it is pressure, but at the same time, the liberty that he give you, he knowing as a man or as a young man you gonna fuck up. Right. It's just depending on the degree of fuck up that you're doing. Is it something that you could have simply fixed yourself? Right. You know, it's levels to how you can fuck up your life, honestly. But yeah, man, it's yes and no. Me and him ain't never had no falling out. Matter of fact, that man ain't never put his hands on me because I ain't never gave him reason to. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta know how to act with people. Treat people the way you want to be treated. And I think that's all he was trying to instill, and that's why we still here above ground now.
Most definitely. Which would you rather perform at, Coachella or Rolling Loud?
Coachella has got more history. Rolling Loud is right now, in the sense of relevancy. I would say Coachella because that's kind of like, you got to think about all of the artists who perform there. We ain't even talking about just hip hop artists. Right. We talking about rock bands. We talking about Jimi Hendrix. We talking about Red Hot Chili Peppers, Nirvana, DMX. You see what I'm saying? You ever seen DMX concert at Coachella where it looked like pretty much
a sea of people? Yeah. That was crazy. That was like on some Michael Jackson type shit.
Hell yeah. I forgot this shit got a little wobble on it, but we cool. But yeah. Yeah, man, Coachella for the strength of
the history.
You know, like
for sure.
Yeah. But you gotta think about it. To do Coachella, you gotta do some stupid numbers. Super Bowl type shit, because you know that you don't get paid for the Super Bowl. But for you to be invited to come to the Super Bowl, you either have to have
that status. But not even the status. It has to.
Yeah, sure. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. They ain't never been. What's the least famous name you done seen perform at the Super Bowl? Like the least famous. It's hard to try to pick out because everybody got their A1. I
kind of have to say The Weeknd. The only reason I say The Weeknd is because
he's still
in order, like everybody else that has done the Super Bowl halftime show, they've been in music way longer. He's kind of like the shortest, the one to do it kind of the quickest. Because even Prince, it took him almost 40 years.
I think Prince turned it down a couple times too, and we just didn't know it.
Probably did, but as far as
I respect that, because The Weeknd is one of those artists that, you know, giving this credit, it's been about 2012, 2013. So it's been about 12 years where he been putting in a lot of work. But when you compare it to everybody else who on that stage that's doing it, like Beyonce done been up there twice. You got your Dr. Dre's, you got your Michael Jacksons and shit.
Eminem's.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So I feel you. I feel you.
For sure. Well, who?
Hey, this your boy Vibe Fish Game, man. You already know I'm tapped in with Sticky TV. If you ain't plugged in, you need to get plugged in. Stop playing.